Hello people, welcome and thank you for tuning into our Bettery Hub channels, professional series and live chats. Your weekly dose of transformative business ideas and solutions, where we bring you business leaders, industry experts and game changers who are making the difference and impact in their respective industries locally and globally. So stay tuned and engage with us to learn how these leaders got to where they are today and discover their X factor. Now, I'm your host, Sakti, certified and qualified to bring you satisfaction and a whole lot of action with our guest speaker for the next 1 hour. Now, today, I'm thrilled and excited to have Mr. Mathialagan M, now an international and best actor, director, acting coach, and veteran on television and stage. In fact, by looking at the poster, a lot of you would have already recognized him. But nevertheless, there are a lot of details that I got to tell that I got to learn a lot from him. Now, so Mathi is actually a veteran in both television and stage acting, has starred in Tamil and English production in Singapore, India, and Malaysia. Now, as a professional actor, Mathi has awarded the Mediacorp's Pradhana Villa Best Actor Awards, not once, not twice, but 3 times in the years 1999, 2003, and 2004. Amazing. And he received further recognition as the Best Actor in the Asian Television Awards 2006. He acted in all 4 seasons of Channel 5's Code of Law as lawyer Sanjay Devaraj. And my personal favorite, he acted in Channel 5's Tanglin as Dr. Bhaskar, a character much loved by the fans. And in fact, he's affectionately being called as Dr. B. He also starred in Toggle's Lifespam as Disconnected Dan. Now, of course, Mathi has also made his Tamil feature film debut in highly successful Puvellam Unvasam and in 2001, followed by Kanchana 2, Jippa Jimiki, and Varathu Vandanayagan, and of course, Paranthu Chellava in 2016. He works in Malaysia movies as well. Movies includes like Ayyappa, Agileshwari, and Villaban. Now, Mathi also starred in the Singapore's first ever Tamil feature film, Kurukshetram, in 2010. And now, what's more amazing is on June 19, when we're talking about phase 2, it was actually the opening of a movie that Mathi actually starred. He played the character of Dr. David in the movie Penguin, which was released internationally in Tamil, Telugu, and Malayalam. And his work, he starred alongside with Kirti Suresh, and the role has earned him much praise. Mathi received international recognition by playing main roles in Star Vijay's Khakee in 2008 and Thayumanavan in 2013-14. His fans still refer him affectionately as Mathi Appa because of the role he played. He received the Favorite Actor and Favorite Foreign Fine Award nomination in the first Vijay TV Awards in 2014. And apart from that, being a professional actor, now Mathi is also involved in charity work, and it's his passion, as he's the founder and led the Project Arpana since 2004, where he mobilized his friends from Singapore to support charitable causes in third world countries. Now, there's so much to learn from Mathi, and without any delays, let me invite upon Mathi up to us today.
Hello everyone. Hi, Sakti.
Hi, Mathi. I started perspiring talking about all those things that you have achieved. It can go on and on. In fact, for the viewers, these were already tuned down, and amazing, Mathi. Really amazing.
Thank you, bro. You are talking about almost 32 years, 33 years of life story. So definitely there is some.
Yes, expected, right? The years of achievements that you have done. And thank you so much, Mathi, to join us today, because I think first of all it's a very busy period. Occasion where June 19, the release of your movie Penguin. And I think you were busy with interviews, with so many things going on, but you still were willing to come forward for this interview. Thank you so much.
No, bro, you are doing something good, and if you can contribute to something a bigger good, it makes you good as well. So I want to take a little bit of your goodness. So it's okay, no worries.
Thanks, Mathi. Thank you so much. And Mathi, what's more interesting is that reading out all these things, the accolades, the awards you got, and so much, right? What keeps you? I still remember we had this chat, right? I actually even met you in Malaysia with my family once, and JB. And the thing is that the moment I saw you, I know, you know, you are a celebrity, you are an actor, but you know, the moment you talk to me, and when you laugh or you smile and talk, I felt that, you know, I knew you for a long time. You know, what keeps you grounded actually?
Bro, I mean, okay, this celebrity, this TV actor, movie actor thing is a double-edged sword. Okay, it gives you so much of fame, friendship, recognition, all that, praises sometimes empty praises. So all that. So, but you see, these things can come in between, come in your way of your normal life. You can't walk at home. I mean, let's say at home with your family, in your family, you cannot walk as if like you're a star. Or, you know, among your close friends, you cannot act like a celebrity. Slowly, all these people will go away from you. So I learned this at a very early age through watching other senior actors as well as my own experience. A lot of times I realized that early stages of celebritydom, if you want to call it celebrity status, I realized that acting like a celebrity actually doesn't make you feel good at the end. People saying hello, hi to you, and taking photographs with you, passing compliments to you, makes you feel on top of the world. But acting like a celebrity doesn't make me feel good at the end of the day when I go back home. I have some kind of bad taste. So it's the best is to be yourself. I'm a jovial person. All my friends love myself. I love my time with my friends. They love their time with me. I want to be that person in my life. This is just my profession. So if it gives me recognition and some kind of a celebrity status, fine. I mean, I accept it. But I don't let that. I don't believe in that. I believe in what I am. I don't believe what other people say about me. I believe what I feel about me.
It's awesome, Mathi. I mean, that's the thing. In fact, I would like to also tell our viewers that, today, when we called up Mathi, I think it was not in the context of he being a celebrity, acting internationally or being an international actor, but it was more of a professional, an expert in that industry that he is in. I think this is where we are going to approach you, Mathi, to ask you questions. And of course, we would like to also, as usual, encourage our viewers anytime, ask us questions through our Facebook page to engage Mathi, questions about himself and about, anything that you want to clarify. So, Mathi, first of all, let's talk about yourself, yourself and the journey behind your current success.
Okay, basically, I mean, as you can see, I mean, you already spoke in extent about. Okay, I've been acting in TV, and I started off in stage actually at a very young age. I was lucky to be exposed to it. I was a very closed, very introvert kind of a student in school. Never not mixing around much. So I was actually consciously in search of something that would identify me. Would give me some kind of release, so to speak. So I mean, so this I wouldn't say I found it. It found me. Stage acting found me, and at a very maybe about 11. And from then on, I've been actively. I felt good the first time I went on stage. Receiving praise, receiving applause, and all that. So it made me feel on top of the world. So finally, I thought to myself, wow, I'm good at something. I was not a sportsman. I was not top in class. I was not, very eloquent in my speech or anything. But finally, I found something that I was good at. So I purposely devoted myself to it. Everything that I did, I spoke about it. I mixed around with my friends. I grabbed every of my friend into it. Anybody who would listen, I brought them into drama and all that stuff. We got together, formed a society, and then so all these things at a very young age. So by the time I was 28, I already acted about 100 stage plays. Okay,
wow,
actively. So, but once I left army, I have to start my career. So I told myself, okay, this time I got to plan my time properly. Those days acting was not a full time, can't be a full time career. unless you're professionally trained and all that. So I was not. So I decided to take it on a freelance basis. I started to go into TV. So I can't afford to do stage so much. So I decided to shift to TV. That's when I started TV acting, and then after that, step by step to where I am today. But I don't think I've arrived yet, because my ultimate aim and goal, what I see myself, is different. So it's a journey. So I'll continue this journey as long as I'm alive. So
sorry, so you were saying that you started your first stage drama at the age of 11, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, to me, I think that is like something, to discover your passion at 11 is definitely something that even, at my stage at 11, when I think about it at 12, 13, I'm still discovering, thinking what to do. Yeah. So I think that is something that was in a way blessing, when you know that, hey, this is something that I have interest in or I have skills in.
Yeah, no, but at that time, I was not sure that this is going to come this far. Okay, it's just something I identified which gave me pleasure, through which I can connect with other people, and make me come out of my shell. So these factors were what spurred me on to go to the next level. So at that time, I didn't know this is going to be my lifetime pursuit.
So it was more towards, taking each step, first of all, taking it as a passion. You enjoyed acting, and then you pursued more, and those days, I think stage drama was the way to start, right? I mean, you walk on stage, and definitely there's a big difference being a stage actor and being in front of a camera, I believe.
Okay, the thing with stage, okay, the thing is, there was a conception that at the early stage, right, people from stage tend to overact in front of the camera. I wanted to break that in a sense for myself. I wanted to make sure that I did not overact. So there's some decisions that I made earlier in my career to change myself. So basically, okay, stage is something that where you get appreciation direct from the audience. When in front of the camera, it's not like that. Okay, you act some time ago, and then it's all put together, and then after some time, then people get to see it and then praise it, plus or minus.
True. And definitely, I think it's two different ball games when it comes to stage and camera. And
definitely.
And looking at all your your current role as an actor right now, when you look back when you were 11 years old and now, is this something that you knew that, or at which stage from the time you started your stage drama, which stage you realized that, hey, this is something that I want to really pursue, and this is the direction I want to go? Was there a specific time or that you realized that?
Okay, bro. Goals. Okay, I had goals. When you pursue something like this, right? You definitely have to have a destination where you want to go to. But I don't know if the destination I'm going to reach the destination. I don't know how tricky or tough it's going to be, the journey. But all I know is that this is where you need to go. If you travel this road, this is where you need to aim for. So if you ask me if any of this was a conscious decision, no, I won't say it. Basically, when I realized why people say you have to pursue something you love, you like. It's like pursuing. I mean, if you're falling in love with someone, and then no matter how many rejections she can give you, if you truly love her, you will find a way to get a place in her heart. That's how this thing works. No matter what the trials and tribulations, whatever difficulties you might face along the way, all those don't seem to matter actually. People ask me, do you face any problems? I say, to me, I don't see any problem. Of course, there must have been some stumbles along the way, must have been obstacles along the way, but those things didn't seem as problems or obstacles to me, because I just enjoy the journey, and I have a rough vision of where I want to go, But along the journey itself is so pleasant. I'm enjoying it. I'm making friends. I'm being appreciated. No other profession, in my opinion, no other profession, you get immediate appreciation for the work you do. Okay, you see, like for example, a cleaner. Okay, he works the whole day. His employer doesn't come and say, "Hey, great job done." Okay, possibly, maybe his employer, maybe his colleagues. Okay, but the rest of the people only identify the mistakes. Hey, this place you didn't clean, or this place you left behind, or yesterday I saw this mess. Whatever. People identify the mistakes. But I'm in a profession where you collect all the best moments, you put together, and you put it on screen. So people don't see the mistakes. People don't see my flaws, or the stumbles that I go through. People only see the perfect shots on screen, put together on screen. So when people come up, and another aspect is that people see it and come up to me and appreciate it genuinely from their heart. I might not know them. They come and say, so that is a major plus point in this field for me. Because somebody whom you don't know suddenly shows you love. You ask me unconditional love, that's unconditional love. I might not even accept his love, but he has come forward with his offering to me. So that's a very beautiful thing, which I didn't realize at the very beginning of my journey. It's only now that I appreciate all this. So I didn't know where I was going to go. I just traveled the journey, and I enjoyed the journey so far.
So that's definitely true. I think having passion and enjoying the journey is important. I have this saying when I was way back in the military. They were saying that anything that you set out, whether it's a goal or what, right? It's like going to a summit. But if you don't enjoy the base camps along the way, you find that it'll become it's more of a pain rather than enjoying the process. So I think it's important to enjoy the journey and enjoy the small little successes along the way that will spur you on to the next. And it becomes enjoyable itself.
You see, anything, you see, you travel, like if I have a goal, I'm working towards my goal, I might or might not reach my goal. Okay, I believe that it's not a matter of work till you work. When will I reach my goal? You will reach your goal. It's just a matter of time. Okay, and how some people might achieve it a little bit earlier. People traveling with you who have less, in your opinion, less capability, less skills, might achieve it faster than you. But that is none of my concern. My concern is my journey. So I enjoy the journey, and I walk this journey. I have had moments where I look at another artist who came yesterday and he's getting much more appraisal than me, and I felt a little bit of jealousy. But that is my learning journey. So I realized that doesn't concern me. What concerns me is my travel. So if I focus on my travel and continue to improve in what I do, and focus in what I, even today as an artist, I go on set, I'm so nervous in the sense that there's so much of responsibility. You have so many people who are going to watch you, and so many people who have certain expectations on you, and so much of money and work is put behind, and you are the only one carrying this whole project forward, because I'm going on screen, because the rest of the people's work cannot be seen, only my work can be seen. So I represent these people, so it's a different kind of responsibility I do. So I'm very nervous on set when I start work, but once I start and get going, it's a different thing altogether. And like I said, when you enjoy the process and you enjoy the people around you, ultimately, nothing can go wrong. Only positive will happen.
Yeah. And let's talk about the awards. I was like reading out a lot of awards. Especially amazing. Mediacorp Vasantham Pradhana Best Actor Award 3 years, not in a row, but it's 3 years: 99, 2003, and 2004. And then you became the Best Actor in the Asian Television Award. And then, of course, in Vijay Television Awards in 2014, the Favorite Actor and Favorite Foreign Fine Award nominee. Now, as an actor, of course, as much as it's important to get the appreciation of the audience, of the people, I think awards is also another thing that I believe actors will look forward for the recognition of what they have done. So how was your feeling, when you start? Did these awards...
Okay. Oh, okay. First thing, because initially when they started these awards, they only did it every 2 years. And couple of the 2 years, I was not in Singapore. I was in India. I was actually shooting in India. So that's why I missed 1 or 2 awards. So anyway, bro. Anyway, I mean, of course, appreciation, awards, recognition, all this is important for you to get an idea where you are. Okay, I need to get this gives me an idea where I am in the local industry at that stage. So, but these were never my motivation. I mean, like award is, I must get an award is never my motivation. My motivation was the work itself. Result, right? Sometimes it's not in my hands. Like for example, coronavirus. This three months, every or 2-3 months, everybody is locked down and at home. People can't go out and do their normal work. Get things done. Things will happen. But that is can happen in our favor. Sometimes not happen in our favor. But our only focus should be, my focus, at least for me, my only focus was the work I did. And whatever work I did it to the best of my ability and knowledge and skill at that time. Of course, maybe after 2 years, I look at it, I could have done better, certain things, or certain decisions, or certain, as an actor, I could have done certain things differently. But at that time, to my knowledge and to my skill, I did my best. I was only focused on that. So even the best actor, Asian television, I didn't expect that. I did. In fact, I saw the award being given away, and I just thought to myself, one day if I should get something, go for something international, something like this. But it was a surprise to me. It was a surprise to me because the producer proposed my name, proposed my role for the award, and there were big people in contention, people who are already quite established, Philippines, Indonesia, and Singapore as well. I was practically unknown at that time, as far as regionally is concerned. But I got the award, and again, like I said, I mean, if yes, it's motivation. It can be motivation, but that's not my focus. My focus is the job that I do.
And yeah, so long as you focus on what you are doing and have passion, and you focus on that, I think the awards will be by the way that it will come when the time comes. I mean, is that your the way you look?
Sorry, bro. My philosophy sounds a little bit. if what I say sounds too philosophical or unreal, I apologize. But the thing is, I've come to a state. I've gone through certain things in life which opened my eyes to certain things. If people say passion, okay, I can be passionate about anything provided I know the purpose. Whatever I'm doing, why am I involved in something? Like for example, now the interview that I'm giving to you, it's not about talking about my achievements, my being an actor. No, it's about what I can say that will benefit the audience that are going to watch. So if my focus or if my purpose is right, I don't have to worry about anything else. My actions will be right. My intention will be right. I will have enough passion to carry it. So in a way, I've been able to see the purpose behind whatever I do. If I don't see the purpose, I'd rather not. There are a lot of roles that I've refused where I felt that if I do this, it won't make a difference. If I did this or somebody else did it, it would not inspire me at that level. So I have refused. So ultimately, I must see purpose in what I do.
Yeah. And what inspired you to be what you are today? I mean, you just talk about purpose, right? And you talk about clarity in purpose and always be clear what you need to do, and it's about going out there, engaging the audience and so on. So what is your inspiration?
Okay, bro. Initially, like you have mentioned about the awards earlier, right? Okay, maybe about at that time I was about mid late 30s and early 40s kind of thing. So I already got about 2-3 awards locally. So next one, am I going to just float at this level, or am I going to the next level? So when I see about the next level, you see, in media every day things are changing. You see, like 5 years ago, you don't see internet like this. If somebody interviewing, you have to do it in a television set, or you record it and then edit. Today, media is available everywhere. It's every day. Media is changing. Media is one of the most, because of technology. Media is one of the most fast changing line. So me being an artist, I cannot be where I am, where I was yesterday. I have to see where I am now. If I want to passionately if I say I'm passionately pursuing something, I must continually sharpen my knife, so to speak. Okay. So when I need to cut, I cut smooth and I cut fast. I don't. You understand what I'm saying, right? So yeah. I don't want to be behind in the sense that old. I don't want to be outdated in the sense. I want to be current. So I try to keep myself educated in this line. I keep myself updated, knowledgeable, because I'm not formally trained in this line. I didn't go to any school or institution to study drama. But today I'm capable of training people in drama and theatre and acting, because I kept myself updated. I learned from other sources. Okay, I remember those days, National Library. I used to watch overseas shows. Okay, movies that were not available in the mainstream. I went to sit down at National Library, borrow the videotape, and then you have to wait for 1-2 days, book the videotape, and then sit down and watch to do research on a role. Singapore, you don't have to do that in Singapore context. At that time, you don't have to do that. But I heard about people doing it. I wanted to find out why are people doing all this? Why are people watching overseas movies? Foreign movies. Why are people saying so much about this particular Japanese movie? At that time, I'm talking about late 80s or early 90s kind of. So internet was not so available. You can't just get information with a click. You have to do some kind of footwork, which I did. I'm happy that I had that brilliance. Or at least awareness to do that. So at that time, so that interest kept me going. And because every time you reach a certain level, right? Like for example, Vasantham, okay, you are a good actor. Then they give you an award. You say Asian television actor. Okay, Asian wise, you are recognized as a decent actor. Then what? Then I ask myself, am I the best actor in the whole world? No, I'm not. Okay. There are 2 million other actors, all around the world who are much better than me. So what are they doing differently? What are they doing better? So I went to look for that, and then I upgraded myself. Now, not with the aim of getting another award, in the near future, but to keep myself updated so that I am not old in my field. I can be older age-wise, I can be older, graying and all that stuff, but I'm still young, like a guy who just got introduced to, in front of the camera yesterday, because that is why my enthusiasm for acting is still fresh.
Yeah. And yes, I think that is the key, right? Always, being young in the mind and always learning that you are. There's one thing that I have noticed. And just another question that I have. The start of your international recognition. I guess the first one was actually Khakee in 2008, right? I think that was your first
opening. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, opening. So did you actually work towards it, or it's like I always don't believe there's a by chance opportunity. I'm sure you.
Yeah, I also don't believe in luck. It's a lot of work. Yes, definitely. And okay. Any line, right? It's anything. I believe that in any line, if you want to be on top, it's not only being good in the field that you are. You have to be good. I won't say good lah. You must be able to communicate with people, relate with people, be empathetic with people. During my travel as an actor, I made some very, very good friends, and these people believed in me. Not just friendship; they believed in what I did as an actor. and also as people, we became very, very good friends. And they stood for me. I mean, in India, I'm not there, so somebody else had to mention my name and stand by. Hey, this guy can do this role, that kind of thing. So that's how I got, into India. So again, people management is very, very important in any field you are. Even you're sitting behind a computer, you still have to deal with your boss, you still have to deal with the supervisor, still have to deal with your clients. So people management, I think, is the ultimate in any field, especially in field like mine where you interact with people.
And now let's maybe talk about Penguin. I think I'm excited. I'm really excited about the movie. I have two key posters that I put it up. So let's talk about Penguin. I mean, you acted alongside with Kirti Suresh, and there's a lot of definitely a lot of praise in the role that you played as Dr. David or Dr. D. From Dr. B locally now you're not Dr. D.
I skip the C, so I want to be.
Yeah. So maybe you want to just share with us your experience prior and during working on the movie Penguin.
Okay. Although I meant to say the Indian movie industry is a little bit different from any other movie industry, any other movie industry. If I'm good in Singapore, maybe I can be recognized in Hollywood. If I'm good if let's say some of the top actors from Singapore have gone on to Hollywood. Some of the good actors from Singapore have gone on to Philippines or Indonesia or Malaysia, joint productions and all that stuff. But India is totally a different, works on totally different rules. No matter how big you are in Singapore as actor, director, musician, whatever, you go to India, it's a different ballgame altogether. You have to start from zero. That's quite difficult for people who have achieved a certain kind of achieved some success in locally. If you want to go to another country and then start from zero, it's not easy. And in India, it's 0-0. You have to go to a producer's, a production company at the office and wait for 4 hours, and then he will tell you, "I'll see you tomorrow." Okay. You sit down and wait for half a day. And then he will say, director is busy, can you call him, go back and call him. So I've done all this, I've experienced all this. So it's a different ball game in India. So I was lucky. Again, I don't believe in luck. It's because of the friendships I built. So these people stood by me, stood for me when the casting came into some contention. So they mentioned my name. They asked, forwarded my show reels, and subsequently the director did a Skype audition with me and spoke with me, and he was confident that subsequently he was confident that I could carry the role, and he invited me over. There were some obstacles along the way. I almost couldn't do it because of other technicalities. It's okay. I mean, opportunity. No point. Crying over missed opportunities, right? So I had to make some adjustments, sacrifices. So I thought, okay, I made those, and subsequently I was in the movie experience-wise, it was a great experience. A lot of new people in the movie. They looked up to me because of my performance and my experience. Even Kirti Suresh, she appreciated my acting. On set, she went on, congratulating me for certain shots and all that. I really appreciate it. I mean, she's an A-list actress in South Indian cinema. She need not even say hello to me. Nobody's going to ask her why. Okay, but she's a gem of a person. Okay? No wonder she won. She's achieving so much success at such a
And what about the culture? Because definitely, the culture, the working culture here, like what you just explained, right? Even prior, you start from zero when you are in India compared to. Yeah. But what about the working culture in terms of when you were working on set as a professional actor, being there? How do you actually adapt to those changes?
Okay, actually, being an actor in India is easier. If you're already playing a spectre, being an actor is easier. I'm talking about the side actors, Calafay. I'm talking about playing character actor. It's easier because you're pampered to the extreme. Here, you have to carry sometimes you have to carry your costume, bring along. You have to make sure sometimes you have to follow continuity, whether this scene, did you wear? So there are some responsibilities that you have to do here, which is mounted on you. You have to carry extra. So whereas there, they want to free you totally. Even you want to have a drink, somebody else will go and fetch you a drink. Okay. If it's hot, somebody will hold an umbrella for you. So because they want the artist to be free mentally, so that he can think only, focus on his role and perform, make it come out in front of camera, because that's what everybody is waiting for, what comes on camera. So an artist life, that means anything above playing a character role and supporting role and above, it's a blessing in India. But if you are Calafare, standing at the side, they will treat you like shit. Okay, so it's better here. So, but that's not what we are there for. So
as much as they are giving you the time to be focused only on acting, I guess the expectation of you during the performance is also higher, I believe.
Of course. I mean, you at that level, there's no time for teaching, retake, that kind of thing. They expect certain kind of professionalism where you rehearse, research, and you come prepared when they say action, because these people are paid millions. The top actors, they can't sit down and wait for your mistakes. So you have to be ready, top notch, and deliver. So we have to be. In fact, I have to do more rehearsals than Kirti Suresh, technically speaking. Okay, because I have to be ready when she comes, on set. So that's how it is. So.
And it's really expected of you, as a professional, to have already done and prepared yourself way before.
Obviously. Obviously, as an artist, I think a director can do so much, can tell you, give you direction, tell you where to go, what to do, and what are the limitations. But within that frame of where you need to work, you have to do your own work. I mean, if I just repeat whatever the director tells me, then there's no need for me. Somebody else can do the job.
Yeah.
So I have to put my individuality, my uniqueness into that space that is given to me. Of course, I can't go over that space. I can say I don't want to do this, or I want to do more, that kind of thing. So within that space, I have to bring out my uniqueness.
And right now, Mathi, you spoke about, you also train actors and your years of experience in acting. Now, what do you think is the right mindset for a professional actor? I mean, let's assume that we are talking about, in today's context, the younger aspiring actors have a choice of saying that, I want to become, let's say, take the footsteps or the same steps as yourself. So what's the mindset you think is very important for them to do well in their aspiration and goals?
Okay, this is a little bit tricky. Like, actually, we started off this whole conversation with that about the fame and popularity and celebrity status that comes with the job. If they are able to separate this, okay, that means you're saying hi, posing photographs, updating Facebook, and all that with your, getting so many likes is one thing. And being in front of the camera and doing your job is a different thing altogether. If they're able to separate it, I'm talking about young actors, if they're able to separate this and be true to their profession, then I think they can progress further. A lot get stuck because it's like liquor, intoxication. You get a little bit of praise, you get a little bit of attention, you feel that you're on top of the world, then you focus on that. Rather than sharpening your craft, your job, being better at it. It's not only being better at it, even being on the same level, you still have to sharpen. Every day you have to think of ways to improve your craft. I see a lot of young artists who are sidetracked. I mean, they come in with some good talent and then they go do what they do. But once the fame and popularity comes in, right, they're sidetracked. They go. I mean, they're basking in the glory forever. That kind of thing. But yes, enjoy that. You deserve it. You enjoy that. But what gave you that glory? What gave you that recognition? What gave you that name? Okay, this. So you've got to come back to this and start work like a freshie all over again. I go back and do start work like freshie all over again every day. I watch movies with the intention to learn. Even on set, when I see somebody's junior. The other day I was shooting for a new series, Coversome. So this girl who is about 8 years old, her nuances for a certain scene, right? She turned and looked at the camera so natural. I'm not a natural actor, I can tell you that. Every look, every nuance you see on camera is rehearsed. I'm a meticulous actor. I have to rehearse it. If not, I'm not free. So I have rehearsed. So I know what I'm going to say, what I'm going to do, at what time, after which word am I going to turn. All that I have already rehearsed. So there is room for creativity. I already know the basics. Then any other thing that comes in is a spark of genius. I cannot leave everything to chance. So I saw this girl perform, and I was taken aback. I was, wow, how did she do that at the age of 8? She's able to do that. So I learned from her as well. She's acting a second drama, but she's a natural in front of camera. Today's kids are amazing. I mean, because of social media, taking photographs, selfie, a lot of them are on YouTube and Twitter and all that. So they are very comfortable in front of camera. So things are changing. So I learned from her. For me, I think that I learned from her. Oh, she looked this way. She's so fast. She's able to adapt to a different situation altogether. So these are things that an artist has to remind himself. He has to learn from things around him, things that are happening around him, co-artists, things that are happening outside of the country, the different industry, so that you can bring yourself to the next level. There is an entertainer in all of us. Okay, we all want to be recognized. We all want to, even a small child, you call a small child. Let's say you come to my house, you visit my child. You visit my house. I have a child at home. I say, please sing for uncle. Please dance for uncle. That kind of thing. So why don't you, do your trick, that kind of thing. So this is our lifestyle. We have an entertainer in all of us, but that doesn't qualify you to come in front of camera and act, play a different way. Remember this. People come and tell me, I've acted in school. I've acted in a drama in school, so I want to act. Everybody, 2,000 people have acted in school. So who do we select? So what makes you different? What makes you stand out? What makes you special? So that specialty we have to do.
Actually, very interesting, Mathi, what you said. Actually, not only in terms of acting, what I realized, even the last interviews I had with professionals from other industry, right?
Yeah.
I think one of the key was always never be distracted and be focused on what is your actual core business. If it is acting skills, and you need to know that the one way you have to come back as a freshie, start from ground zero, work yourself up. And I think this applies in any profession, any industry.
Bro. I mean, anybody who's listening to this, can't look at it as just an actor speaking about acting. How does it apply to me? I mean, if I'm in business and I see somebody new come with a new idea, I cannot be sticking on to my whole idea because it worked 10 years ago, and still, what is this new idea that is working for him? Can it work for me? So I play that, and see whether it fits me. If it fits, we can't dismiss new ideas. Number one. Number two, always be updated. Always be updated in front. If you want to lead the field, okay, always be updated. Always improve yourself. Find ways. People tell me, how do I do this? How do I do this? Today, don't ask questions. You just go to Google, you type in whatever your search is, you go to YouTube, you type in whatever your search is. It's there in front of you. It's just, in your palm, we are carrying it in the palm of our hands. So there's no such thing as I can't find it or I don't know. So it's how much you want something. I believe that you want something, you will find a way. The human mind is so unique that, if you want something bad enough, you will find a way.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, even when I first, I'm not trained, to host chats and so on. As I say, do it myself. It's just an interest.
Yeah.
And just a while ago, every time I start thinking about what's the best platform and how do I put up those banners and even the picture and everything, like what you said, is always go to Google and YouTube, and they have all the solutions. Whether you want to find
everything is there.
Yeah,
or ask someone who knows. I mean, like for example, I asked my daughter if I can't manage an app or some software. I ask my daughter, somebody who knows. There is no humiliation in learning, in asking someone truly to learn, not to push away the responsibility. Some people do this. I don't know this. Can you help me? To push away responsibility, push away work. No. To learn and to improve yourself. There's no humility. There's no humiliation. Not sorry.
Yeah.
There's no humiliation in humility. That's what I want to say. Yeah.
And let's talk about challenges. Like what you said, right? In movies or when you act, people always see the good things. All the mistakes and all these things are never seen. But in actual case, being out there before you have the good picture or good movie or a particular perfect shot or a good shot, I'm sure there were a lot of mistakes, a lot of challenges that you face. So in this case, the challenges that you face as an actor, Mathi, and how you work yourself up.
Okay, I mean, first of all, acting in Singapore is not, when I started, it was not a viable career. It was not something that can give you a steady kind of income or record, even good name in public. I mean, I had relatives who told me, who told me off, when I went at a very young age, go and study, why are you wasting your time in this? That same relatives are saying that they are my relatives too, they are friends and all that. Hey, he's my relative. So, like I said, I mean, if you are one, if you are steadfast in your goal, if this is what you want, a lot of people say, "I'll try till I succeed." Okay, I used to say that also. I want to correct that saying. You don't try till you succeed. Okay, sorry, you don't try to succeed. You try till you succeed. So the success or whatever your perception of success will come. Okay, it's just maybe one step away, two steps away. You don't know. Okay, you just keep going. Your job is to keep going. Okay, put 100% into whatever you do and keep going. If you have purpose in what you do, and achieving that purpose will give you satisfaction. That's all. In between, there will be naysayers. There will be people who say, even when I started this movie, why are you wasting it? I had to do some adjustments and all that. Why are you doing all this? You're not sure whether this movie, first of all, you don't know the movie is going to be released. In India, it's very unique. Out of 10 movies which are filmed, maybe two get released. Okay. Out of the two, maybe one succeed or never, that kind of thing. So I'm taking a one in 10 gamble, that kind of thing. So and it's my time, my effort, my energy, and all that stuff. So these things seem immaterial. It's not the concern. The obstacles are not your concern. What people tell you, the naysayers, people tell you negative, not your concern. It's some of them might be concerned for your welfare and say it in that way, but again, you are the decider. You can accept their explanation and say, yeah, okay, and then agree. Or you can convince them, especially your close one. You can't just disregard that. You have to convince them, this is how it is, this is what I'm working for. Okay. If you're working for something that is worthwhile and you see purpose and value in it, okay, and you are truthfully putting effort, it will come fast. I don't know when, but it will come by. It will definitely come by. Are you strong enough to weather the storm? That's all.
And along the way, Mathi, you're also sharing that,
Going too philosophical.
Second?
Too philosophical. Going.
No. But you see, whatever you share are things that are really important. You see, a lot of these things are common sense. People can say, I know, but it's never common practice. They don't practice. This is where, and what's more interesting, whether you're talking about the arts industry where it's acting or professional acting, or you're talking about a business owner or even a professional, anything you do, right? You realize that these things always exist. I give you a classic example, maybe something for myself. I was an officer, a regular officer, and I was an officer, and I was captain then. And then suddenly one day I decided to leave. And I decided to just take on or go into an industry which is financial related. So the first thing that happened was I was told, why? Is there any issue? You got charged or what? Or what happened to you? Why such a decision? But even though when I explained that it's aspiration, I want to be my own business owner, I want to have more flexibility, run my life. It became a case where, there were more negative comments. Of course, I like what you said, some of them meant well. They are close relatives or close friends or even immediate family members. They meant well, they cared for us. But I guess that, we have the choice to decide what to take in and what to just let it go. I think, and it happens every time. I think most of us, our viewer here, can resonate to the example that you said. So, as much as like what you say, it's not philosophical, but it's the truth, you see. It's definitely.
But you see that whatever I'm chasing, right? If I'm clear about it, like for example, okay, when I was a freelance actor, few years back, like I was doing business, I was a property agent. I was in business. So, you see, making a relationship with a friend, so to speak. If my purpose of friendship is friendship, okay, and genuinely helping the other person, then I think the process, what I get out of it will be positive. But this is what I mean. If let's say my purpose was fame, money, and recognition only for as far as acting is concerned, I don't think I would have lasted this long. I might have had success or not, but I wouldn't think I would have lasted this long given the challenges along the way. Because this is something internally gave me a joy, and I felt good about it, and I felt there's a purpose in what I'm doing. Like acting, I thought I was just doing it for myself those days. Just go in front of people, I act, I show them what I can do, everybody clap, clap, clap. This is what people think about acting. A lot of people say, wow, you're very talented. I want to have a chance to expose my talent. No, that's not the purpose of acting. The purpose of acting is telling a story. And telling a story in such a way that it touches you. See, like you see a love story, right? This guy go and propose to this girl. And this girl feels so excited. Now, these are feelings that I and you feel. Maybe felt before. Maybe I proposed to my wife in such a manner, and I remember those times. I get in touch with my feelings, okay? Or somebody who is never exposed or express his love before, gets an avenue to see, hey, this is how I can do this. Get inspiration from there. What I'm trying to say is, I found purpose in what I do. I am actually allowing people to get in touch with their inner feelings. Some of them even wonderful memories. People have seen my acting as a father and cried because they remember their father, father's love. People have, this is a true story. I played a father of 5 girls, and such a loving father, doting father. But it was a series. It ran for about 1 year plus in India. So this lady actually got estranged. She's actually fought with the father, and the father, she married somebody, the father never approved her, and then she left the family and all that nonsense. So the father didn't speak to her or her husband for about 7 years. And then after seeing this drama, what happened was the father, she called her father, and the father replied and came, and subsequently he met her and met for the first time after, I think the grandson was 4 years old. For the first time in 4 years, he was able to meet the grandson, and I played a small part in that. As an actor, I didn't know I was doing any of this. So when you see purpose in what you do, and you work for that truly and put in 100%. I don't know about success, but you will get what you want. You will achieve. You will go where you want to go. Okay, because success, different people define success differently, which is okay. But you will go where you want. You will reach where you want to reach. This is my small take.
And definitely, especially when you know that whatever you are doing in your profession actually impacts lives, I think that is something that really, that will definitely motivate us to do more, and really, like the story you just shared, or in fact the life event you just shared, to getting 2 families together and you indirectly were involved in that, and that was because of that dedication on the character that you played.
Exactly. So the next time I play another role, I know that I don't know who is going to be affected in whatever way. So I better do my job well. This is my motivation. So it goes to everywhere, for the matter. I mean, if I'm selling, I don't know. If I say I'm selling books, okay, it's just a few hundred books in my shelf, but that book is going to make an impact on somebody. But it maybe change a life. That particular book can change the life of another person. Maybe it contribute to his education, or make him realize something that he never realized before. When you see that the responsibility that you carry, in this process, this whole process, it makes whatever you do, no matter how mundane, okay, whether it's just fixing one screw to another, bolt or whatever. When you see the bigger picture and you see the purpose of what you do, it makes everything that you do very much more meaningful.
Yeah, true. And Mathi, I'm a strong believer that failures are the best teachers. I'm a very strong believer. So, what are your thoughts? And is there any specific failure or something that became one of your best teachers?
As an actor, you see, I come to situation in personality. As a person, bro, I'm already 56. As a person, I already come to a stage in life where I don't believe in the word failure anymore. I think it's or success for that matter. Of course, there's general description. Of course, something that you want to achieve, you're happy, success. Things that don't happen along the way as you plan or as you would like it to be is called failures. But that doesn't concern me in my journey. Of course, if you do something, you do it wrongly, you learn, and then you improve, and then you do it right the next time, better the next time, and as time goes, you do get better and better. That's only applicable if you travel the journey. If you look at failures along the way, and then you're stopped, that no more becomes failure. That becomes a full stop. Okay. I think the best teachers, to me, what taught me was my experience all the way. Every experience, whether it's a pleasant experience or non-pleasant experience, whether we term it as failure or success, it builds you as a person. So my question to whoever is failing or facing an obstacle or something, a downslope, are you going to let this define who you are? Today, let's say somebody put you down, and that's going to weigh heavily on you. Are you going to let that define who you are? So that's all. So no matter whatever happens in life, it's too trivial to spend too much of time to be weighed down by it or held back by it. Yes, you need to recover and recharge and carry on. Yes, those things, yes. But when you accept something, an external factor, to change your goal or compromise, don't say change, compromise. Sometimes you need to get these experiences to make yourself better, to travel your journey better. But when these things makes you compromise with your goal, you are giving it more power than yourself. Do you want to do that? So I honestly don't feel there is such a word as failure. Everything is a pleasant experience. It's how you see it, from where you see it, from what angle you see it. Okay. I give you an example. A person, my very good friend, my very good friend, doesn't have a leg. Okay, he lost his leg to cancer at a very young age, at 21. Anybody looking at him will say, "Poor thing, tragedy in life and all that stuff." Yes, it is a difficult thing to take, but because of that, he met his wife, and he used to tell me, he said, "If I never go through this experience, I've been too proud to see the niceness. Today, I have a wonderful family and a wonderful wife because of this failure." Supposedly. So a failure is not a failure if you look at it from a different angle and from a different time. So don't give that too much power. So you take the power to go on, no matter what.
be in control of the situation rather than letting it take control over us.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You praise it nicely.
No, and this thing about Project Arpana, this is what I'm always amazed, Madhi, because I when I came into your social media platform, I know that
Yeah.
apart from acting, apart from your role as a professional actor, I think you were very immersed and very involved in this project. So maybe you can tell us more about this Project Arpana and what is the role and what is your purpose for starting up this charitable organization.
Okay, I mean, we have been talking so much about what I did as an actor and all that stuff. So there's the same question after the whole interview. What, all these things you do. So what? You earn so much. You got this so much of fame. You have so much of let's say you amass so much of assets, property, friends, money. So what? What happens? What happens when you're gone? It's not even about legacy in my because 20 years, 30 years, 50 years, nobody will remember me. Okay. But to me, in the last breath I take, if I look back, if I'm given an opportunity to look back at my life, I want to go off with a smile. So, will all these achievements, accolades, awards, fame, all that, will that give me that smile? I ask myself. I say, no, I mean, no big deal. It's not big deal. There are thousands of people who have done bigger than that. It's again not about doing better than other people. But then I thought to myself, what can I do with this popularity that will benefit my society? I'm only thinking of myself. Earn money, pay, bills come at the end of the month. You pay the bills. Is this life? So I wanted to have some more meaning to what I call my life. So that's when I thought, okay, why not I use my little bit of celebrity status to get some good thing going. So I approached a few of my friends, asked them to contribute some money. I know a lot of people do charity stuff. We travel, we give money, we do food offering to orphanages and all that stuff. That's haphazard, and I think a lot of times the people who really need it don't receive it. Most of the time, the good that we do is to satisfy ourselves or make ourselves feel good. It's not about actually helping people. If you look at it deeply, I do something. I see a child. I give him food. I feel good. I don't know whether he needs the food in the first place. Okay, so when you go to the next level, you're thinking, okay, I'm going to do something. Is it going to be useful to him? What's the point of giving 2 hours tuition every day to a girl who's already acing a maths? You get what I mean? You go ask her, I'm weak in my geography. Okay, then you get somebody. So you have to do that next step where you go and find out what they actually need. So that's what I did. I didn't want to just give money. That's very impassionate. So we wanted to go. We actually went down to India. We went to visit some orphanages, find out what they need. The initial stages, it was only me and a couple of friends, but now it has grown to about 350 people who are contributing every year. And what we do is, it's not about just giving money. We encourage all the contributors to travel to India once a year. Okay, so every year we travel with a team of Singaporeans. We visit the homes that we are supporting. Okay, the orphanages, the old age, shelters, the disabled shelters, and stuff like that. So we visit them and we see who we are helping, why this help is important. Okay, the thing is, if I a lot of us, we give when we can give, and we give what we like to give. Giving has to go to the next level where we need to do what is necessary precisely. If not, all the work, all the help is wasted. All the money that is given is almost wasted. A lot of times, we give $1, the recipient only receives 30 cents. There's a lot of. So I didn't like that personally. I didn't like that. So I wanted to make sure that maximum of whatever I give reaches the people. That's why I purposely got involved. And I got my friends together, and a lot of my friends generously, joined me so graciously. All of them, joined hands with me, and now 350 strong, and it's an annual affair. And especially now during the COVID situation, we were able to help something like 5,000 families with almost 2 months of groceries, 2 months worth of groceries. That's a big thing. The beginning of the COVID was hell for us. Especially in India, it's already hell for us here. What I mean is, it's difficult for us here. It was hell in India. No food, especially the lower, all those nomads and people who come from tribal communities and beggars. They have nowhere to go. Here we say stay home. They don't have a house to stay. So, you're telling them don't go out and earn money, but stay on the streets, that kind of thing. So it's quite harsh. It was quite harsh at the beginning of the situation. And we were able to, like I said, we were able to help about 5,000 families with 2 months of groceries. It's a great thing, which is a big thing. And these 350 people of our friends got together to do this.
Definitely. I mean, to think about it, amidst all the challenges we have, I think when you all do this, first thing first, you're going beyond the current situation that you are having now. And of course, the second thing is, by doing this, we tend to appreciate whatever we already have.
Definitely. See, a lot of times we go into the complaint mode. Government this lah, this lah, that kind of thing. Yes, some things might not be the way you want it personally. Okay. But instead of complaining about it, you got down and do something about it. I think it's a more positive approach rather than sitting down and just posting a complaint on Facebook and then getting 100 shares about it. Doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything. Okay, something goes wrong, take photo and then go to the proper authorities, make a report, make a change. Okay, if they don't change, that's a different issue. Okay, it's easy to sit behind. Pick up a phone and just, on Facebook, post this, make comment or anything. What is the positive? Get friends together, do something, okay? Do something positive. Correct the wrong that you think, correct what you think needs attention, okay? Or going effective, make a feedback to the proper authorities. Or like, for example, people forward photographs of, injured children in war zones. And then I forward to 100 people, and then I feel so happy that I've done something good. Have you helped the child? Have you helped the child, feel better? Have 1 minute of better life? No. You felt good that you did something wrong. So this cycle has to change. People have to be aware that where the help is needed and direct the goodness towards them.
Yeah. And in a way, social media is also, as much as technology is a good tool. Sometimes, like what you say, Mathi, it also can be used in wrong manners or in a manner that may not help others. And I do agree that sometimes it's about taking action. I used to hear these words are cheap, but it's the actions on the ground. And I like why I was very fascinated with Project Arpana was because it's not the money. Money is important. We need money. It's a tool, right, to get all these resources. But I think it's that time. That yourself and the 350 other members and even you telling them to come down once a year, I think it's the time that you spend, because especially in Singapore.
Yeah, not all 350 people are, these 350 people are contributors. I have about 10 people, 10 very close friends who have come together as a committee, and these are the people who are making things happen. And then when recently during the COVID, just before the lockdown came in, we were able to mobilize about 15 of our friends locally got together, and we delivered food to at least 1 month worth of rations to about 100 families in Singapore itself. So it's not only in India. When this problem came, the lower income families, we collected some details, worked with some other organizations, and it made this happen. So work goes on.
Yeah. And Mathi, if let's say there's anyone who wants to be part of Project Arpana, so can they actually contact you through Facebook to ask you more details?
Definitely. You go on Facebook, Project Arpana. Our Facebook page is there. All our past work details are there. On YouTube, videos are there of our past work. On Facebook, they can contact us. One of our representatives will get in touch with them.
I think for myself, for myself, as I told you before even our live chat a few days back, it's exciting because I see it as an opportunity for me to do it as a father of 2 girls. I think it's an opportunity for us to come together.
Definitely, bro. We need good people need to come together for good things. Okay. Most of the time it happens during only festivals, occasions like birthdays, weddings and all that stuff. Why not we get together and talk about good things every day, every other day? So that's what there's so much of negativity going on. People are complaining about this person, that person, this thing, that thing. Why not we get together and talk about something positive? How to help somebody, your neighbor, So that's why.
Yeah, definitely. I think so. For the viewers, if anybody who wants to know more details on Project Arpana, how you can contribute or even get more details, just feel free to go to Facebook, Project Arpana, and take a look at it. And I think if you have any questions, I'm sure you'll find a way how you can actually either message the relevant people to get more details. But I think the videos I myself personally seen says or explains quite a lot on what they are doing. There were a couple of videos that I myself saw. So I think a lot of things are self-explanatory. So I will urge, go down, take a look at it. And from there, see if there's anything that you want to get involved with the Project Arpana. And Mathi, I have one question. What do you want Mathialagan to be remembered for years to come?
No, bro. I don't know. I mean, this remembered for years to come. I don't know. I mean, if people even remember me for any one good thing, I'm more than happy. But I know, ultimately all this. You see, my focus of doing whatever acting or even Project Arpana it's not why people will remember me. It's for me to feel fulfilled, so that I've lived my life well. Because I know 50 years down the road, nobody will remember me, no matter how wonderful I live my life. Okay, but at the end of every day, I'm looking at myself in the mirror. I comb my hair, I adjust my shirt, I wear my tie, I look at the mirror. I want to be able to smile at myself genuinely, not the that smile, heart to heart. That man can smile at me in return. Enough. We all are here on this earth for the little speck of time. Make that a worthwhile time for ourselves. No compromise, no excuses. These are all what we create, right? So I hate him because he looked at me funny. So he decided my reaction. I don't decide my reaction. Okay. Even now this racism things that's going on in the US, I don't like him because he's of a certain color. Come on, that means his color affected your reaction, or his race or his background affected your reaction. What are you ultimately? So I think this journey of life is about us discovering ourselves. Hopefully by the time I go to my grave, I discover myself fully. That's enough. And if along the journey I have touched even one person, heart to heart, then that's a life well lived. Enough.
Thanks, Mathi. I think that this relates very well. When we first had a conversation for you to come to the live chat, and I know you were busy, but I think one of the key things I strongly believe that you are willing to come is always to just give no expectation. You are willing to give no expectation, and yes, I do agree. Self-reflection is the key. I think that itself takes a lot more time than anything else, right? To get to know
ourselves. Yes.
Yeah. And any word of advice or parting words for not only aspiring artists, but younger ones who are thinking about not only in the acting industry, you're talking about anything else they want to embark. Any advice for them?
Okay. You see, like I'm not at the top of my career, so to speak, to give advice to the whole world. But as a person to person, I think be real in whatever you do, whether it be a French relationship, even saying hi to someone in the lift. Be real. Don't do it because it's a nice thing to do. Don't say good morning, sir, so and so, because it's a nice thing to do or the right thing to do. Do it real from the heart. Is so cliche. I don't know. Just be real. I think this is. If there's anything that I've learned along this journey, my experiences have been so fruitful. I've met wonderful people, made beautiful friends. It's I think it's because these things happened when I was myself. When I was alone, when I pretended to be somebody else, or when I wanted to project an image, a positive image, it all went wrong. Okay, I made friends with the wrong people. I impressed the wrong company, and it was the beginning of my slope down all the time. When I started being real, whatever I say, I mean it. When my smile, I mean that smile. So whenever I'm real, things around me have happened positively. So that is my only advice to anybody, for that matter. More so for people in where they are in the public eye.
Yeah. Excellent, Mathi. Thank you so much for the advice. I think definitely something that's very important for the aspiring actors and individuals, even for myself, to be genuine and be yourself. And I would like to again thank you for the friendship. I think the last few days when I got to know you, it was not just a case of preparing for a live chat, but it's really, I had quality conversations. It could be short, but very potent conversations where we had over messages and the warmth that you gave me, calling me bro and making me really feel comfortable. I think thank you so much. These are value that I would really cherish and learn from.
Bro, even like you just mentioned, me calling you bro, it's not a fashion thing or stylish thing that I do. People might be mistaken. I learn to see everybody as my brother, equal to me. There is this great speaker who says, or the spiritual speaker is, I like what he says. He says, you don't look at anybody above you. Of course, you don't look up to anyone or don't look down on anyone. Look at him face to face, eye to eye, and be real. So when I say bro, I see everybody as my brother. Well, no matter what is race, creed, religion, nationality, they're all my brothers. So if we can see each other as one and be, this life will be a wonderful journey, a wonderful experience together. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mathi, and thank you so much for sharing with us. It's been like 1 hour 20 minutes, but awesome time. Really a lot of sharing, a lot of things that you have shared from your heart. So we will definitely catch up with you, and I hope all the best and even many more successes. For you to inspire us.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, and as I said, I will definitely be catching Penguin over this weekend. Definitely, I will do that.
Yeah. You better.
All right, with that, thank you so much, Mathi. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Khakee, for putting me in this space and interact with your audience. I wish all of them the success after the phase 2, phase 3, whatever is coming. Okay, we are all roaring to go, right? We are all ready to go. So wish you all the success for the rest of 2020 and beyond.
Okay, thank you, Mathi. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we had an awesome time with Mr. Mathi. A lot of sharing. It was fantastic. And of course, no live chat, as I always say, is complete without you. So thank you for spending your afternoon with us. And leave your comments and feedback so we can do it better just for you. Now it's time to say goodbye. So remember, now there were no one or none before me, and there will be none after me. Therefore, that makes me the one and only, yours truly, Sakti. See you next week, and we have again lined up quite a lot of interesting guests to come up to share with you. With that, keep moving forward